Another week down in the AAF. Let's get after it. Hey, welcome back to Legend of the Iron Fleet Express. We're going to get into standings here. Starting off with the East, we've got the first team to ever clinch playoff berth in the AAF, and that is Orlando, sitting at 6-1, still having the best record. Birmingham sitting in second place at 4-3. Atlanta and Memphis both at 2-5. Atlanta goes down again in a big way. Memphis comes roaring back and wins the first ever overtime game against Birmingham. Moving on to the West, you got San Antonio starting to slip away with the West. They're sitting at 5-2 with the second best record in the AAF. Arizona making a nice little run, 2-game win streak there for them. They're 4-3, sitting in second place with just a better record than San Diego, who is in third at 3-4, and then you got Salt Lake rounding that division out at 2-5. All right, starting off power rankings here. Number 1 this week is Orlando, and I went with the theme of pets. So, Orlando sitting at top spot with Pony. And why Pony? Because I want a pony for my birthday is a super popular quote that you'll hear from so many different people in a joking manner, but we all know that if you actually got a pony for your birthday, you'd be pretty stoked about it because it's a freaking pony. And just like the rarity of getting a pony, not the most popular pet, but the rarity makes it the best. And Orlando's not the most popular team, but the simple fact that they have the best record and they win the most decisive ways makes them the best team. Number 2 is San Antonio, and I got them at Puppy. Why Puppy? Because it's the most popular. San Antonio always has the biggest crowd at their games, and its loyalty makes it better than cats. For those cat people out there, sorry, but the loyalty to their fan base to continue winning and dominating the way they have makes them better. Dogs are loyal, cats really aren't. And yeah, San Antonio's just sitting there at number 2. Number 3, these guys have made a huge jump in the last 2 weeks, and that's Arizona. Right now, they're playing really good football, and I got them at Kitten. They're cute for now, but they have shown that they can be moody, and they can ostracize those who love them. Basically, at times, they will show you love. They will win games. They will play really good football, but then they go on a 3-game losing streak and look absolutely abysmal. So that's Arizona. But right now, they're number 3 in my power rankings. Number 4, I got Birmingham at Lizard. They're super cool at first. At the beginning, they were 3-0. They looked super good. Everybody liked them. They were all black. You know, the really edgy kid gets those kind of pets, gets a lizard because his parents got divorced, and they're trying to bribe him with presents to make him love that parent more or whatever. But eventually you realize that, yeah, when they're hot, they actually do stuff when they're warmed up because they're a cold-blooded animal. Once they cool down, they're really cold, and they really don't do things. Kind of like Birmingham. They either are really hot and doing a lot of really good things, or they get really cold and they can't do anything right. Number 5, I got San Diego at Turtle. Turtle, it's an armored water-dwelling reptile. Oh, kind of like a battleship in a fleet. It can be defeated basically by putting it on its back or putting in its backup quarterback. So yeah, that's where San Diego sits at number 5. Number 6, we got Memphis. And they jumped up from 8 to 6 this week because they just had a little bit extra going for them at their last game. And I don't know if it's because they wanted revenge on Birmingham for shutting them out in week 1, or it's the simple fact that Manziel got signed and there's a little bit more buzz, a little bit more excitement around the Memphis Express. But I got them at Bird because they got the prettiest colors. I'm sorry, but they have the best uniforms in my opinion. Their helmets are fantastic. I love their color combination. But the window is open right now for their postseason opportunities to fly away. All right, number 7, we got Salt Lake, and they are a carnival goldfish. Because at first you're excited because you won something, kind of like they were excited when they beat Arizona and they won a game. But then the next week it goes belly up, kind of like the next week where they got totally demolished at home by Orlando in the snow. So that's kind of Salt Lake. You're excited because you win a game, and then the next week you get clobbered. So that's where I got them. And finally, that brings us to number 8, and that would be Atlanta, and they are the pet rock. Why? Because the team really has no pulse, and the only force they can use is gravity to sit at the bottom of this list because they're terrible. Okay, so that brings us to game predictions, game picks. My game picks this week, you've got Orlando over Memphis, and Memphis basically, it's slipping away. They're not going to be playing in the postseason if they lose this game and one more. Next, I've got Salt Lake City over San Diego. Why? Because Salt Lake City still has a really good defense, and their offense at times is really good, and San Diego is just floundering right now under Berkovici. They've gone 1-2 in the last 3 weeks, and it just looks like Salt Lake is going to get that 3rd win, and San Diego is just kind of in a backward slide at the moment. Next, I've got Birmingham over Atlanta. Atlanta is just floundering. They look like their season's pretty much about to be done. They can't do anything right at the moment. In Birmingham, they're looking to bounce back after a tough overtime loss. San Antonio over Arizona. San Antonio is just playing such good football right now. Arizona's playing really well also, but San Antonio is just a step above them. So I see Orlando, Salt Lake City, Birmingham, and San Antonio coming away victorious this weekend. All right, bold prediction of the week time. My bold prediction this week, Silver starts his 2nd game in a row. Not because I think he's better than Manziel, but because I think as a coach, when I'm coaching people, when I'm coaching kids, playing football, if I have a successful unit on the field, I don't want to mess with the success. So I'm going to leave it there. They're doing well. They're playing well with each other. They know what each other's strengths and weaknesses are. You keep that unit on the field together. I think Manziel could be utilized if Silvers comes out and struggles against Orlando, which is a possibility. Orlando has a really good defense, but I don't think you mess with that recipe. You let it go out on the field, see what it can do against the mighty Apollos, and go from there. But my bold prediction is Silvers is going to start another game.